Hey there. Have you heard of the singer-songwriter Taylor Swift? You might not have if you are a guy or someone over 50 years old, or you don't have young daughters or teenage girls. I want to talk about Taylor Swift today because she is in the news. She is currently on tour here in the United States, the Era Tour. And recently, a local friend of mine here in Huntsville, Alabama, went to see Taylor Swift in Nashville with her daughter. And my two granddaughters who live in Tampa, they also attended a Taylor Swift concert with their parents. And I have learned a lot.
English without fear, where you can learn to speak English naturally through listening to stories.
So, who is Taylor Swift? She is a gal who grew up in Pennsylvania. Right now, she's 33 years old. She had a lot of musical talent as a child, and so when she was about 14, the family decided she needed to go to the country western capital, music capital of the United States, which is in Nashville, Tennessee. So the whole family moved to Nashville when she was 14. She already was well known in Pennsylvania, where she lived. But once she arrived in Nashville, she contacted music recording companies, and before 1 year had gone by, she had two contracts with two record companies. She had signed a deal with two different companies. That means the companies, thought we can make money because this gal, Taylor Swift, has a lot of talent. And they paid her, and they produced her first country western albums there in Nashville. Well, what happened? It turns out that moving to Nashville was a good decision. What does that mean, it turns out? It means that looking back, that was the right decision to leave home in Pennsylvania and have the whole family move to Nashville, because she got known pretty quick. And right away, her songs rose up the charts. That means people liked her music and bought her music, and she was in the top one or two places in the country western charts. But something interesting happened. This has never happened before, I found out looking at Wikipedia. Her music became so popular in the country western category that it crossed over into other categories: popular music, current music, top 40 music, not just country. That had never happened before, that top rated country western songs crossed over into a different category, into the popular. That means everybody in America was listening to Taylor Swift and buying her music. Well, she has not stopped producing good music. And recently, when she announced her tour, her Era Tour, an era is like time periods, ERA. It means she was going to be performing, singing songs from all her musical career so far, different times, different eras. when she announced her tour and which cities, tickets went on sale in February. And my friend here locally, who is a great fan of Taylor Swift along with her teenage daughter, the day you could buy tickets, my friend spent 6 hours on the phone. Yes, 6 long hours on the phone trying to get a ticket. She kept hitting redial, and finally she was able to purchase 2 tickets using her credit card, and she succeeded. Well, why was it so difficult? What I found out is that Taylor Swift had planned another tour in America back in 2020. Well, you know what happened. There was that pandemic. And so the tour got canceled. And now, this is the first tour since that canceled one. The people who had purchased, who had bought tickets for the 2020 tour, they got first priority. They were at the top of the line calling in. Maybe there was a special number, I don't know. So that's why it was so hard for my friend to get tickets, but she did. The concert in Nashville, Tennessee, which is Taylor Swift's town now where she lives, that's only 3 hours by car from here. So last weekend, my friend and her daughter drove up to Nashville. But how did they prepare for the trip? This is very interesting. Each of them has a favorite song, and apparently fans of Taylor Swift, those who really like her, are called Swifties. Taylor Swift, Swifties. And a lot of people dress up to represent their favorite song. For example, one of the songs here is called Benjamin Britten, and it's about one of Taylor Swift's cats. So if you look online, there are suggestions for how to dress up to represent Benjamin Button so that everybody knows, oh, that's your favorite song. Well, I looked for pictures of people dressed up, and my granddaughters did dress up, and my friend and her daughter dressed up. What surprised me was to see all the adults dressing up, and not just women. Apparently, some men like Taylor Swift concerts too. So here are a couple pictures of men and women dressed up. Well, how was the concert? My granddaughters really loved it down in Tampa. But I talked to my friend this week and said, well, was it worth the wait, the 6 hours? And she said, oh, yes, it was fantastic. Taylor Swift played more than 3 hours, and there were about 44 songs, and she changed clothes 15 different times during the 3 hours. And the interesting thing is, my friend said that her number one impression of Taylor Swift is that she's a really humble woman, a humble artist, a humble singer. She has not let all the success go to her head. She's not stuck up or too big. She cares about people. She's not lost that love for ordinary people. So it's been interesting learning about Taylor Swift. So tell me, would you wait 6 hours and keep trying to get a ticket? Is there anybody you would want to see in concert that's worth 6 hours? Not me. And I'm really glad that I didn't have a daughter because I don't know what I would have done. 6 hours is a long time, but God bless these moms who just want to bring joy to their daughters. Well, let me know if you like Taylor Swift. Maybe you do. If so, tell me your favorite song. That's it for this episode. I'm Maria from English Without Fear. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching. For questions or comments, here is my email